Welcome back. It is Monday. Hello there, Dr.
Hello.
Bentley. Good to see you. We have some questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
This is what he does. If you're new to the area, Mondays he comes in studio. He answers your pet questions. We post the phone number. You call and I ask. So here's a question from Jean. And Jean, thank you. My 11-year-old dog has cataracts in both eyes. Is she too old to have surgery?
Well, it depends on the health status of the dog. It also depends on whether or not the dog's retinas are still functioning. There are tests that can be done for those, and the board-certified ophthalmologist who removes the cataracts will do those tests before proceeding and let you know whether that's a viable option. As my elderly professor in vet school used to tell me when I would tell people, well, you know, your dog's kind of old, he would always say, you know, just because you're old doesn't mean you're sick.
Aha.
So just because your dog is elderly does not mean that it's not in good health. It may be perfectly fine and go through surgery just great. So no, I wouldn't say that just the age would not be a deterrent.
And just a reminder to have a good vet so that you can ask these questions.
Yes.
If you don't have a Dr. Bentley, you need to find one close to you so you can keep your pet in tip-top shape. Okay, so Lisa wants to know, Dr. Bentley, here's her question. I have a 1-year-old Siberian Husky. Should I be concerned if his pupils are different sizes? And is this common? That is the question from Lisa. Lisa, thank you.
Actually, depends on how much of a disparity there is, and also whether or not there is any reaction to light. Small disparities in the pupils are normal, especially in my opinion or in my experience. The blue-eyed dogs, they tend to have some differences in color that can mimic, that looks kind of like they have bigger pupils in one side. It may just be a rim of color around the pupil. So you need to have that checked out. But there are some diseases that will cause one eye pupil to get larger than the other. And there are some neurological tests that can be performed on the dog to make sure that that's not a problem.
Okay, that is so good to know. 2 questions that pertain to the eyes. How about the allergy sufferers out there? Not just human beings are suffering with all this that's swirling in the air. What do you say to people with, I was talking about my dog, just snorting up a storm like a little piggy.
Yeah, that's, we have a plethora of proteinaceous pollen packets in Mobile.
That's a lot of piggies.
Yes, alliteration, yeah. Actually, it's a problem because all of these pollen aggregates that accumulate on the dog's skin will cause problems, and the skin also includes the conjunctiva of your eye and your nose, and this is what causes all the irritation. So bathing the dogs frequently will help a lot. Keeping them indoors as much as possible, obviously, changing your air filters, pretty much what you do for yourself with allergies. There are some drugs you can use to help combat this. You do need to carefully dose these. They do not just pick something off the shelf and use it. Talk to your veterinarian about the proper dosing. Most of the dosages for like antihistamines and so forth for dogs are way different than they are for people. And some of the antihistamines will not work at all for allergy symptoms in dogs. So talk to your vet, ask them what's best.
Good advice, Dr. Bentley. Thank you.
Thank
if
you.
you'd like to go visit Dr. Bentley, here's his address. There's his phone number to call for more questions. We thank you very much. Stay with us. Up next, we have a look at all the stories we're working on in the day ahead with our assignment manager, Tom Russo.